Hello, so for practice 5 reflection, we had our listener, speaker, and observer. As I was the speaker at first, I felt a little more comfortable and vulnerable, you know, letting my peer into any problems I may be having in my life. And for my student peer, they did really good in listening to me, and they actually did help me with some ways to do better with stress, relating with stress. Next, I was the listener, and I felt a lot more calm with being the listener this time. The first time, I was really nervous, unsure if I was doing everything right. This time, I felt a lot more calm in asking open-ended questions. I did get stuck on a couple things, on like having to ask questions. I would get stuck on what to ask next. So I would sit in silence for a second. So I need to learn on maybe better on open-ended questions. I need to work on more, I feel like. Um, for my affirmations, I think I did pretty good with my affirmations. I was, trying to give the client their strengths. For reflection, I'm pretty good at reflecting, just rephrasing what the client is telling me, just to make sure that I'm understanding everything they're saying. Um, the most challenging moment was, like I said, not even knowing what to ask the client, what question to ask them. I just got stuck, and I guess just learning more open-ended questions would help. Um, let's see. My greatest strengths, I think, would be definitely reflecting and affirmations. I'm doing better at summarizing. I did summarize this time, and I feel like that really helped me close out the session and not feeling like not trying to rush the client out and just repeating what we had talked about the whole time, and then letting them know that next week I want to hear about any improvements on the situations that we talked about. And it just seems summarizing really did help transition into the next appointment, and it helps stop the client without being rude or anything like that. um, the most powerful learning moment and why, I would say, just letting the client talk, not feeling like I have to have the answer or solve their problem right away. Instead, letting it just flow naturally, knowing that there'll be another session coming up, so we don't need to solve everything right now, because that puts a lot of pressure on me. Trying to figure out like how I can solve their problems right away. Um, let's see. Another powerful learning moment was one of my student peers, when she was being the listener. What I liked what she did is she asked permission to give advice, and that's something I need to make sure I do next time, is to give that that asking permission for the client in order to give advice. Um, but I really did enjoy the peers I got to work with. I was really comfortable with them. We discussed about how we all have anxiety about being the listener at times, but knowing that they're going through the same thing I'm going through just helps to, not try to be perfect. And if I make mistakes, that's okay. It's just going to get better with time, I feel like. So I think I just need to work a little bit more on my confidence and my open-ended questions, and maybe looking up some more like open-ended questions to make sure I don't get stuck on how to ask the next question, and being okay with the silence sometimes, not having to always be talking, maybe letting there be some silence for processing for both the listener and the excuse me, speaker. But overall, I think I did a lot better. And yeah, I'm excited for next week. Hopefully it'll be even better.